Welcome back to New Rockstars. I'm Jessica Clemons, and Kevin Feige has recently confirmed that the next MCU saga will be the Mutant Saga. So today we'll be talking about what that means for our future titles, and that's Brave New World, Thunderbolts, Fantastic Four, Avengers 5, Secret Wars, and maybe even Blade. If we're entering the Mutant Saga like Feige says, which mutants can we expect to see appear, and how will they affect the MCU? Also, which mutant is coming? If it's not Gambit, I ain't watching. I'm joking. But first, be sure to check out nerdride.shop where you can find the latest and greatest in New Rockstars merch. We have some Deadpool Wolverine merch. Comes out in 2 days. For some of y'all, I saw it on Monday. This became a show-off sport. We have some Deadpool Wolverine merch for you guys to go check out right now. Get it before the movie comes out, which I don't think is possible, but maybe you can get it before Comic-Con. Who knows? Or get it as a late gift for yourself, an early Labor Day gift. Make sure to check out nerdride.shop to find some of the merch and fandoms that you like and support the channel because it's the best way to do it. All right, now let's get into this mutant saga. At the Deadpool Wolverine press conference, Feige said, now that we have the characters from the X-Men world and the mutants that we haven't had access to before, I think this is the beginning of that, and everything post Deadpool Wolverine will be the mutant era coming into the MCU. So clearly we know mutants will be shown in Deadpool Wolverine. We got X-23, Sabretooth, and even Toad's long tongue. Still, Feige's basically declaring we can expect X-Men or mutants to show up in the titles following Deadpool and Wolverine. And the next big Avengers movie will also be something of an X-Men movie itself. Captain America 4 Brave New World is next on the MCU docket, which I see absolutely bringing in some mutants. We have the synopsis from Disney that says, after meeting the newly elected US President Thaddeus Ross, Sam finds himself in the middle of an international incident. He must discover the reason behind a nefarious global plot before the true mastermind has the entire world seeing red. So what international incident could cause America to intervene with Captain America, but also works with the future mutant saga? Adamantium is supposed to be involved in Brave New World, and we think it's safe to assume that it's confirmed. In the trailer, we see a snippet of Sam soaring over the water of the Indian Ocean. We also see Tiamat, which could be the home of the international incident alluded to in the synopsis, because we believe adamantium will be sourced within Tiamat itself. This could mean that more than a few people know what Tiamat can offer, and like everyone with vibranium, they're now trying to source adamantium instead. Everyone wants an army of men filled with adamantium, or maybe just really nice weapons. Since adamantium is featured in the story, there's a chance we will learn more about the MCU version of the Weapon Plus program, which was formed after Steve Rogers. This program was devoted to creating super soldiers based on US Army's Project Rebirth, which birthed Captain America. This could also feature Wolverine's Weapon X program. Since we plan on staying in the world of grounded politics as opposed to whatever secret invasion was, we should note what works with the current MCU politics and mutants that might be approached. And one of those biggest targets could be the Thunderbolts, which is expected to be released in 2025. Yes, we know the Thunderbolts are like Marvel Suicide Squad, but they also feature great characters like the Red Guardian. We also have a Black Widow showing up in Brave New World and Yelena Belova in Thunderbolts. This could be a prime opportunity to bring in Omega Red. Omega Red would have been a cool villain for Black Widow, but it makes sense he's more of a mutant and an X-Men guy, always fighting Wolverine and Colossus, so maybe they're saving him for later. We saw Omega Red in X-Men 97. He's like Wolverine, though he has these like tentacles that he uses to mess people up. He's super great at hand-to-hand combat, which would make him a really good, excellent rival in Black Widow. We can still see him in Thunderbolts though as maybe a secret weapon, and maybe what Taskmaster was supposed to be. But a great mid or post-credit reveal would be Omega Red reporting for duty. And following the reveal of maybe in Brave New World different countries trying to steal adamantium, Omega Red could be the new Bucky for the Russians. And this is just a thought, and also a plea for Omega Red. I love a good game night game, especially if it's easy to introduce to new friends too, and that's why I love Doomlings. Doomlings is a card game that takes 5 minutes to learn. You're trying to score the most points before the end of the world by playing cards from your hand called traits, and every card has these fun little monster type guys on it. Look at it! Look at how cute these are! Look at them! And it's so shiny. I love him. This one's my favorite. Oh my god, that's so cute. I'm gonna play the out of this game. Every round is called an age, and occasionally an age will introduce a catastrophe, and the game ends when the third catastrophe strikes. There, now you know how to play Doomlings. Literally, it's that simple to explain, and the rules are on the cards themselves, so if you forget, Doomlings has you covered. And now Doomlings is expanding with the all-new Imaginary Ends expansion. The expansion literally just came out, and it adds 127 new cards and 5 new varieties of Doomlings. Each new Doomling adds another layer of strategy to the base game, whether it's the suppressing power of the the Deeplings or the luck mechanics of the Glitterlings. Plus, the art looks so good. Again, look at these. You can get the Doomlings in retail stores like Walmart or Target, but if you scan the QR code or click the link in the description and use code Rockstars20, you'll get 20% off your order at doomlings.com. Look at this. It's so cute. I'm so obsessed with it. Fantastic Four is also set to premiere in 2025 in an alternate reality, allowing us to introduce some of the weird 1960s era mutant friends like Lilandra and the Shi'ar Empire. We meet Lilandra in X-Men 97 as well in episode 6. Lilandra was the empress of the Shi'ar Empire and the girlfriend of Charles Xavier. Ooh. Their relationship has also appeared in the comics, but we also saw it blossom in the original X-Men animated series. However, everything was foiled and spoiled by her sister Deathbird and Xavier dipping back to Earth. In the comics, Lilandra puts Reed Richards on trial for saving Galactus. When it comes to old Marvel and cosmic beings, Lilandra falls on that spectrum, very high on it, and appearing with the Fantastic Four and creating a sort of connection to the other mutants isn't a crazy theory. Fantastic Four would also be a great opportunity for Kelsey Grammer Beast to return as well. Blade is also coming, and I know we're all saying it's coming and it's not really here, but it will come, I promise, it will show up. And Blade himself isn't a mutant, he's half human, half vampire, but in 1998's Blade, one of my favorite parts is Dr. Karen Johnson creating the vaccine that can cure the infected. However, it doesn't work on Blade. It would take her years to cure that because he's half human, half vampire. It's a different thing. If that premise is featured in our newer Blade movie, they could research ways to create special serums and find patients with the X genes that will be covered all through this movie, covering what it means to just like have the X gene in your DNA. Of course, there's Avengers 5 also coming, which will be an all-out Avengers vs. X-Men war. It must. It's been covered in comic books and it's between the two most superior teams in Marvel history. Some mentioned this could be more like Avengers Time Runs Out comics that acts as a prelude to Secret Wars that leads up to the day of the final incursion. This also makes sense following the multiverse saga. Whatever happens in Deadpool and Wolverine begins the disastrous ripples that welcome more incursions or mutants into our world, almost like Monica entering theirs. This would simultaneously remove Kang from the equation and steer away from the original plan of doing Kang Dynasty, followed by Secret Wars. This is something I wouldn't mind replacing Kang's original story with. It just kind of sucks seeing it end with Loki season 2. However, there's so much potential, including X-Men and other mutants, maybe Phoenix level Jean Grey or returning Cassandra Nova after Deadpool and Wolverine. This will allow us to invite mutants from all over, and we should expect to see many new ones. The first Shang-Chi film included Golden Circle Fighting Club, which included cameos from Abomination, Wong, an Extremist Soldier, and Black Widow agent named Helen. We also know from concept art that one of the pairings considered was Deadpool versus Proxima Midnight, and I think a second Shang-Chi movie should center around a fighting tournament like we all thought Shang-Chi was going to be, similar to Bruce Lee's Enter the Dragon, like a true MCU Mortal Kombat, and let's get some mutants in that bracket like Nightcrawler, Sabretooth, Lady Deathstrike, whoever that man with the metal claws was, who was in that bar brawl from the headline in She-Hulk, put him in there. Spider-Man No Way Home established that Ned was a sorcerer and made no goddamn sense, so let's bring back Ned as a sorcerer and let's establish that he was born with a mutant gene that made him more adept at magical abilities. Maybe explore this in Doctor Strange 3. Thor 5, if Kevin Feige announces a 5th Thor movie at Comic-Con, there is an entire slate of mutants in the cosmic side of the Marvel universe that could be introduced in the story as supporting characters to the Thor's upcoming showdown with Hercules. So this is a film that can introduce the live-action form of the Shi'ar race, including Empress Lilandra that I mentioned earlier. We could also meet live-action versions of the Starjammers, a group that's led by Corsair, who is a father to Vulcan, a father to Havoc, and a father to Scott Summers Cyclops. Personally, there's so many mutants that can also enter this, but I just need a seamless way to introduce Gambit. That's all I want. I'm nervous for Storm right now, only because she has to be perfect. But I'm interested in any mutant coming into the MCU. Bring them in. I don't even care how. Just do it. Comment down below with your thoughts, which mutant you want to enter the MCU first, where you think they should do it, how you think they should do it, and follow me at Lulu_Clemons and subscribe to all 3 channels in the new Rockstars network for breakdowns and news coverage of everything you love. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys later.